श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी
जय।
अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी
जय।
गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी
जय।
भगत जी महाराजनी
जय।
शास्त्री जी महाराजनी
जय।
योगी जी महाराजनी
जय।
प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी
जय।
महंत स्वामी महाराजनी
जय।
प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सवनी
जय।
अक्षरधाम महोत्सवनी
जय।
Jai Swaminarayan Balaks and Balikas, welcome to our weekly Bal-Balika Sabha.
Hey Sharad bhai.
Param bhai, you're just in time for Sabha. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just really glad it's the weekend now.
Rough week, huh? What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Sharad bhai. It's just, I had so many quizzes and homework assignments this week. I felt like as soon as I finished one, the next one was due.
Oh man, were you able to finish everything on time?
Thankfully I was, but it took a lot longer than I thought it would. I kept getting distracted. Whenever I sat down to study, I'd get tired, or hungry, or both.
You're funny, Param bhai. It's okay though. It's happened to me before too. I learned that I needed to focus more and get some order into my daily routine. Those are actually the topics of today's Sabha.
That's awesome.
Do you remember the story of the 3 little pigs?
Of course. The 3 pigs that built homes with different materials, right? But what does that have to do with today's Sabha, Sharad bhai?
Well, do you remember the moral of that story?
Yeah. The story taught us to work hard and smart, and that in the end, hard work always pays off.
That's right. The pig who worked hard and built a brick house, even though the bricks were really heavy and hard to pick up, was able to stay safe against all of the huffing and puffing from the big bad wolf.
That makes sense. I'm sure the pigs who built with lighter materials, such as straw and sticks, didn't have to work as hard. But in the end, was being lazy really worth it?
Exactly. Just like that. It's important that we never get lazy when it comes to our studies.
Wow, Sharad bhai. Stories like these are a great way to remember important lessons.
They sure are. And guess what? Now that we're all focusing on schoolwork again, I know just the person who can remind us of some helpful tips on how to be a good student. Today's guest is Pujya Uttam Shlok Swami. Pujya Uttam Shlok Swami was born and brought up in Houston, Texas, where he studied computer engineering at the University of Houston. He received Diksha in 2005 during the opening of Delhi Akshardham and is currently serving as a Bal Kishore Sant in the Midwest region.
श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी जय। गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय। भगत जी महाराजनी जय। शास्त्री जी महाराजनी जय। योगी जी महाराजनी जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी जय। महंत स्वामी महाराजनी जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सवनी जय। अक्षरधाम महोत्सवनी जय। Summer has to be the best time of the year. Playing with your friends, eating ice cream, going on vacation, right? But do you all know what happens when summer comes to an end? That's right, school begins. We learn about so many different and cool subjects at school. What's your favorite subject? Is it reading? Is it writing? Oh, what about science? Wait, I think I know. What about math? What about recess? No. That's not a subject. But whatever we study, we should remember that school is very important for us. It will help us to gain a lot of knowledge and will help us to live a good and successful life. Whatever you want to be when you grow up, whether it's a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, a scientist, a teacher, an artist, a musician, an astronaut, You can be anything. So many possibilities. But it's important that we first get a good education. In order to get a good education, we have to make good habits. To get us on the right track, let's start off with a quick activity. Everyone will have only 1 minute to do 10 challenges. Once you see the worksheet on your screen, you can begin. Remember, your goal is to finish the whole worksheet. Are you guys ready? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, start. Great job, everyone. That was a tough worksheet, wasn't it? How many of you guys got distracted? Be honest. Okay, now how many of us did all 10 challenges? Raise your hand high. Wow, that's amazing. However, the key to that activity wasn't finishing all 10 challenges. The point was to follow the directions. If we followed those directions properly, we would have read that on the top it said to read all of the challenges carefully before you start.
Wait, what? Oh man! So first you had to read them, then just number one. Ah!
How many times have we not followed directions properly? Do we ever get distracted while doing our homework? As a result, when something should have taken 15 minutes, it actually takes us 30 minutes. And because of those distractions, this cuts into our free time. Well, before I help you guys out, I need all of you guys to help me solve this problem. Let's look at the first clue. This was a great war involving the Pandavas and the Kauravas in ancient India.
I have absolutely no idea. A revolutionary war? No, that's how America got their independence.
This is the Mahabharata.
Exactly. Nice job with that. The first word is Mahabharata. Let's try another clue. Fill in the blank. Bow and
Arrow.
very good. That was quick. Let's do another one. Clue number 3 says, I have 2 feet, 2 eyes, and I am an expert at building nests.
Penguins?
A bat. A bee.
No. Bees don't build nests, they build honey.
Bro, bees build hives, not honey. It's a bird! It's a bird!
Excellent. That was super fast. Now, the last clue is going to be a little different. I'm going to give it to you in a form of a story. You guys ready? All right, let's start. A long time ago, a young prince and his 4 brothers, a lot of cousins, and several other students were at school learning Dhanur Vidya. That means archery. The guru of the school, his name was Dronacharya, and he was the most educated guru in the whole world. Great kings would send their princes to Dronacharya to master archery. Similarly, the princes of Hastinapur, the capital of India, came to Dronacharya to learn archery. Among those students, one of them was a young prince who had set a goal to become the best archer in all of India. After some time, Dronacharya decided to test all of the students. He had placed a wooden bird high into the tree. Dronacharya called the eldest prince first.
Please come up.
He asked him to take aim of his bow on his target, and he asked,
What do you see?
eldest prince replied, A bird, Gurudev. Dronacharya asked,
What else do you see?
Well, I see branches, I see leaves. Gurudev then asked him to put down his bow and stand aside. Next, he called another prince and asked to take his aim with his bow and asked.
What do you see?
In reply, he goes, Gurudev, I see a bird.
What else do you see?
He replied, Well, I see the sky, the birds. I see my brother scratching his belly in the corner of my eye. And do you know, Gurudev, that big guy over there, he eats a monster midnight snack. The prince was asked to put down his bow and stand to his side. After testing all of the students, finally Dronacharya called that special young prince and asked him to set his bow, aim, and he asked,
What do you see?
The boy froze. He became as still as a statue. His eyes were laser focused, and he squinted at the small bird on the tree. And the boy confidently said, Gurudev, I only see the bird's eye and nothing else. Hearing this, Dronacharya became so proud and commanded the boy to release his arrow. That was a great story, wasn't it? And remember, it was also a clue. So let's head back to our crossword puzzle. The last clue is asking for the name of the young prince who saw the bird's eye only.
Who could this be? I have no idea.
Is this a Clavia?
No, it's not a Clavia, but I think his name starts with an A. Oh yeah, it's Arjun.
Nice job. You guys guessed it right. The answer is Arjun. Arjun did 3 things, which all of us can do also to be good students. Let's take a look at Arjun's 3 tips of being good students. The first thing Arjun did was he stayed away from distractions. Playing more than their time limit, eating a lot, sleeping a lot, all these are distractions. Playing with animals all day long, so many other distractions as well. He would avoid them. So, what happens while we are studying? What distracts us?
TV.
Video games, food, sports.
So, just like Arjun, we have to say no to all of these distractions and stay focused. This is our first tip in becoming a good student. Our school has already started. Some of us are actually going to school, while a lot of us are doing it online. Well, during this period, we should sit in a quiet place in our house so we don't get distracted by anyone or anything. Remember, don't keep anything that distracts us around us. And I mean anything. Let's move on to our second tip. It's kind of weird, but we have to learn to eat our broccoli first.
Broccoli? Ew.
No. It's very important for our growth, isn't it?
I know, Swami, but that's nasty.
What would you eat first? Ice cream or broccoli?
Ice cream?
Well, do you want to end your meal with a good taste in your mouth or a bad taste?
Oh, you're right, Swami. I'll eat the broccoli first and I'll have something yummy at the end.
Arjun would play with his siblings, but before doing so, he would practice for the day. He would set aside time to do both. First, he did his homework, and then he played. So, similarly, we have to make a plan, a schedule to finish our homework first. And then we can play with our friends and have so much fun without any worries. This is what eating our broccoli means. Getting all of our homework, all of our schoolwork out of the way and do it properly first so we can play afterwards. Moving on, did you guys know that while everybody was sleeping, Arjun would be awake at night, improving his aim in the dark? He started shooting arrow after arrow in the dark, but eventually he started hitting his targets. He started shooting hundreds of arrows and he started to become really good at what he was. But he didn't want to become good. He wanted to become the best.
Where did he get 100 arrows from?
Forget the arrows, man. I'm still thinking about the ice cream. Come on, man. We just learned about staying focused.
Oh yeah, sorry man.
So this brings me to our last point. We have to continue to practice, and that is how we become good students. We have to practice every day and work hard, just as Arjun did, and it will pay off in the end. If we work hard, the benefits are you become smarter, your homework and tests get easier, and you don't have to copy other people's homework. You can do everything by yourself. That's it, guys. These are Arjun's 3 tips to becoming good students. Can you guys recap them really quickly?
Tip 1 is to stay away from our distractions and focus on our goals. Tip 2 is eating the broccoli first, which means finishing the schoolwork first.
Tip 3 is to practice to make things easier.
Good job, guys. You guys got it. Now, sometimes, while doing our schoolwork, we make mistakes, or sometimes we get stuck. In those times, we must remember that we are not alone. Our parents are there to help us, and all we have to do is ask. Remember, they were once our age too, so they know what we're going through. So these 3 tips will help us to work hard. Now, remember, only doing hard work is not enough. There's another thing we have to remember. There's a special equation, a special formula that Pramukh Sai Maharaj has given us. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes, this is super easy. Hard work plus prayer equals success.
That's right. This is the equation to doing well in school. We must work hard at our goals while also praying to Bhagwan that we can do our best. And this results in success. As Mahant Swami Maharaj says, do the best and leave the rest. If we put in the hard work, that's doing our best. And when we pray, we are leaving the rest up to Bhagwan. So as we all continued school over the next year, either online or in person, or maybe even both, we should remember that this simple equation, hard work plus prayer equals success, will lead to a good and successful future.
Wow, Sharad Bhai, that was actually super helpful. Swami shared some great tips on how to stay organized and do well in school so that we can make our parents and our guru proud.
Yup. Not only did we learn about the hard work it takes to maintain the focus, but we also learned examples of great individuals like Arjun who showed us the ideal of focus.
I liked how Arjun would take the extra step needed to practice and work hard. I know it won't always be easy to stay focused, but I definitely see the benefits of doing so, and am ready to do whatever it takes.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. And you know what, Parambhai? I might have just the right inspiration we need. Let's see what inspiration fellow Balaks can give us when it comes to becoming the best students this school year.
Just remember, Balaks and Balikas, in today's Sabha, we learned how we can be good students. There are 3 tips which Uttam Shlok Swami gave us how to work hard in school. Let's take a quick recap on those tips.
Tip 1 is to stay away from our distractions and focus on our goals.
Tip 2 is eating the broccoli first, which means finishing the schoolwork first.
Tip 3 is to practice, practice, practice to make things easier.
Those are amazing, right guys? For many of us, school might be online, meaning our school is virtual. To help us all adjust to this easier, we have 3 Balaks just like me to give us some more tips. Let's jump right into it.
For a lot of us, staying away from distractions might be difficult. To help with this, we can set up a school zone in our house. A school zone is an area where we can sit to do our schoolwork. I like to sit on my personal desk. This is where I join my classes, and this is where I do my schoolwork. Remember that this school zone is there for us to focus, and that is why we shouldn't bring any distractions with us. You can set up your school zone anywhere in your home, but remember to ask your parents for help and permission before you start.
Swami mentioned that we should eat our broccoli first, and that's what I've been doing. During dinner time and through my day too. I wake up early and finish all my schoolwork, so I have time to do other things I like during the rest of the day. After finishing all my school stuff, I have time to play sports, read, memorize Satsang sloks, and so much more. By doing this, we can make our day more fun. When we finish our schoolwork, we don't have to stress out at the end of the day. One thing I had trouble with was remembering when I had assignments due, when I had quizzes, and when I had tests. To help me remember all of this, I keep a notebook on my desk to write down important dates. This helps me stay organized. You could use a notebook, sticky notes, or even a dry erase board. Anything that helps you do what you need to do. Swami mentioned that we need to practice anything we need to get better at. By regularly using my notebook, I became better at remembering important dates.
Wow guys, those are some really nice tips, huh? Hopefully you guys wrote them down because these will really help you in school. I guess our time is up for today. I wish you the best of luck for this school year, and remember to work hard and pray to Bhagwan because that's what will lead us to success. Jai Samnaran.
Wow, Shardbhai, you were right. All of these Balaks are really focused and ready to become the best students that they can be for Swami Shri.
Actually, that's a really good point. While focusing on our studies, we should also constantly remember Swami Shri's Marji.
Yeah, whether it's finishing a small assignment or achieving a life goal, it's important to do Smruti of Maharaj and Swami not only throughout our day, but also when we start an important task. For example, before we begin studying. By doing this, we can stay focused and work hard to make Maharaj and Swami Raji.
That's true, Parambhai. Remembering Swami Shri and thinking, am I studying in a way that would make Swami Shri Raji? Is a great reminder of what's important. In today's Sabha, we learn the importance of becoming a good Vidyarthi or student.
That's right. We learned that a good student is organized, focused, and never lazy. These are all skills that we can keep in mind as we set our minds to doing our best this school year.